Look into your own eyes. What do you see? A reflection of a life lived, choices made, a future unfolding? Or do you see something else? A flicker of unease? A shadow of a doubt? A quiet, persistent whisper that tells you, something isn't quite right? You feel it, don't you? That subtle, gnawing sensation that despite all your efforts, all your striving, all your carefully constructed narratives, you're not entirely free. You wake up each day, you go through the motions, you chase your goals, you fulfill your obligations. But beneath the surface, there's a current pulling you, a script you're following, a set of invisible chains that bind you to a life you didn't consciously choose. You tell yourself you're making your own decisions. You believe you're charting your own course. But what if I told you that much of what you perceive as your free will is, in fact, a sophisticated illusion? A carefully orchestrated dance of societal expectations, inherited fears, and unconscious biases that dictate your every move, often without your explicit consent. This isn't about conspiracy theories or external oppressors. This is about something far more insidious, far more intimate. This is about the chains we forge for ourselves, the prisons we build within our own minds, often with the very bricks of our aspirations and desires. Think about it. How many times have you felt compelled to act in a certain way, not because it truly resonated with your deepest self, but because of an unspoken pressure? The pressure to conform, to achieve, to be liked, to avoid judgment. The pressure to maintain an image, to uphold a reputation, to fit into a mold that was never truly designed for you. This isn't weakness. This is the human condition. For centuries, philosophers have grappled with the very nature of freedom. Is it merely the absence of external restraint? Or is it something far more profound, an internal liberation from the shackles of our own making? Plato, in his timeless allegory of the cave, painted a vivid picture of humanity chained, facing a wall, mistaking shadows for reality. He argued that most of us live in a state of illusion, accepting the reflections of truth as truth itself. We are so accustomed to the shadows that the very idea of turning around, of stepping into the blinding light of genuine reality, is terrifying. But what are these shadows in our modern world? They are the curated feeds of social media, the relentless pursuit of external validation, the endless cycle of consumption, the fear of missing out, the desperate need to belong. We are so busy watching the shadows dance that we forget to question who is casting them, and why. And then there's the insidious whisper of should. You should be more successful. You should be happier. You should have a perfect relationship. You should look a certain way. This should is a tyrant, a relentless taskmaster that drives us to exhaustion, always just out of reach of true contentment. It's a ghost in the machine, a program running in the background of our minds, dictating our desires and shaping our self-worth. Friedrich Nietzsche, with his piercing gaze, challenged us to confront the herd mentality. He saw how easily individuals surrender their unique will to the collective, seeking comfort in conformity, even at the cost of their own authenticity. He warned against the last man, the one who has lost the capacity for passion, for struggle, for creating their own values, content to merely exist within the confines of what is deemed acceptable. We are taught to fear standing out, to fear the discomfort of being different. We are conditioned to seek approval, to avoid conflict, to blend in. But in blending in, we often blend away our true selves, sacrificing our unique spark on the altar of social acceptance. We become echoes, not voices. Consider the subtle, yet profound, influence of our past. Our childhood experiences, the narratives we absorbed from our families, our cultures, our early education, these form the bedrock of our unconscious beliefs. They are the invisible architects of our present reality. We carry these blueprints within us, often unaware of how they dictate our choices, our reactions, our very perception of the world. Think of the person who constantly seeks external validation, driven by an early experience of feeling unseen or unheard. Or the one who avoids conflict at all costs, perhaps having witnessed destructive arguments in their youth. These aren't conscious decisions, they are deeply ingrained patterns, automatic responses, the unseen chains of our personal history. And then there's the most uncomfortable truth of all, the chains we actively choose, believing them to be pathways to freedom. We chase wealth, believing it will buy us independence. We pursue power, thinking it will grant us control. We seek pleasure, hoping it will fill the void. But often, these pursuits become ends in themselves, consuming us, enslaving us to their demands. Machiavelli, in his stark realism, understood the allure and the dangers of power. He saw how easily individuals could become prisoners of their own ambition, sacrificing their integrity, their peace, even their humanity, in the relentless pursuit of control. He showed us that the desire for power, unchecked, can become the ultimate chain, binding us to a life of constant vigilance, suspicion, and ultimately, isolation. We become so focused on the external trappings of success that we forget to look inward. We mistake the accumulation of things for the accumulation of meaning. We confuse busyness with purpose. And in this relentless pursuit, we often lose sight of the very essence of what it means to be alive, to be truly free. So, how do we break these unseen chains? How do we step out of Plato's cave, defy Nietzsche's herd, and reclaim our authentic selves from the grip of our past and the allure of false promises? It begins with awareness. It begins with the courage to look inward, to confront the uncomfortable truths about ourselves, our motivations, and the forces that shape our lives. It requires a radical act of self-honesty. This is not a passive journey. This is an active rebellion. It's about questioning everything you've been told, everything you've assumed, everything you've accepted as just the way things are. It's about challenging the shoulds and dismantling the narratives that no longer serve you. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a man who faced the ultimate test of freedom in the face of tyranny, understood that true liberation comes from within. He spoke of costly grace, a grace that demands everything of us, a commitment to living authentically, even when it means standing alone, even when it means facing persecution. He showed us that freedom isn't merely the absence of external constraint, but the internal fortitude to choose what is right, what is true, what is aligned with our deepest values, regardless of the cost. His life was a testament to the idea that even in the most oppressive circumstances, the human spirit can find freedom in defiance, in integrity, in the unwavering commitment to one's conscience. He chose to be free, not from the world, but within it, by refusing to compromise his truth. This is the path to true freedom, the courage to define your own values, to forge your own path, to listen to the quiet wisdom of your inner voice, even when it contradicts the clamor of the crowd. It's about embracing the discomfort of growth, the vulnerability of authenticity, and the responsibility that comes with genuine self-determination. It means consciously choosing your responses instead of reacting automatically. It means understanding that your past does not dictate your future, unless you allow it to. It means recognizing that the pursuit of external validation is a bottomless pit, and true worth comes from within. This journey is not easy. It will be filled with moments of doubt, fear, and resistance. You will encounter the invisible chains again and again, disguised in new forms, whispering new temptations. But each time you recognize them, each time you choose to break free, you become a little more whole, a little more aligned with the magnificent, untamed spirit that resides within you. So, I ask you again, look into your own eyes. What do you see now? Do you see the faint glimmer of a rebellion stirring? The quiet strength of a spirit yearning to be truly free? The chains are not external. They are woven into the fabric of our perceptions, our fears, our unexamined beliefs. But the power to break them, to step into the blinding light of your own authentic existence, has always resided within you. It's time to claim it. It's time to truly live. On-screen text: what chains will you break today?